Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming presents our Athlete of the Week honors here at WyoPreps.com. And our girls' winner for this past week was Natalie Clonch, a senior softball player at Thunder Basin High School, helped the top-ranked Bolts get off to a 3-0 start. Now, you were supposed to go to Cheyenne, Natalie, and then that got revised to one day. Then it got scrapped altogether. And then some way, somehow, I think your athletic director and coaches combined with your crosstown rivals decided we're going to play because we've got the weather. How did it feel to actually get out there and start the season kind of on time?
I was really excited because in previous years, the Cheyenne invite is always canceled or revised or some way. So I was just glad that we actually got to play just because it's always nice to get in some of those non-conference games just to get a feel of where everybody's going to play as a team and whatnot.
For you, got off to a great start. I think you batted 1,000 for the first weekend, so congrats on that.
Yes,
what was that like, and where was your mindset, and what was kind of your approach at the plate this weekend?
Well, I put in a lot of work during the off season and over to make sure that, okay, I used to be a really bad pull hitter where just whatever pitch it was, I just try and take it that way. So I put in a lot of work to make sure I was hitting the pitch where it was pitched, and that definitely helped out a lot. I would just say I was just thinking okay, make sure if it's going to be an outside pitch, I need to push it. If it's going to be an inside pitch, then I can pull it. Don't try and pull everything. So that was the main focus. Hit it where it's pitched.
All right. Well, hey, it worked out pretty well, I'd say.
Yes.
How nice was it to get off to a big start like you girls had at Thunder Basin?
I think it was really good, especially because last year's group of seniors had been such a pivotal group for all of them. They were the very start of the program. And so to see a lot of those girls graduate, there was a lot of, I don't want to say pressure, but there was just a lot of focus put on my group of seniors just to say you guys are our new leaders. You need to make sure you step it up and do all of that. And so I think that we did a good job making sure that our energy was high, especially because a lot of us girls haven't played 3 games in a row since summer or, just whenever.
Yeah, I got
So just make sure our energy was good.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Well, for you and the team, obviously you mentioned there's a little pressure because it's a new team, but you are the 2-time defending champs. How do you feel like this group handles that, knowing that it is a new team in a new season?
So a lot of the girls, we have some younger girls that have to step up and play some positions that maybe they're not used to, but we have a very selfless team. Everybody's willing to do anything to benefit the team or just play whatever position, try something new out, even if that means maybe they're just hitting, maybe they have to sit the bench. Everybody wants to play for each other, and it's really nice to play for a team that everybody collectively wants to win. So that's always fun. Everybody's enjoyable.
Oh, go ahead. All right. How would you
good.
describe or characterize the group this season?
I would say competitive, but also everybody has a really good head on their shoulders. So ambitious, I would say maybe. Everybody wants to win, but there's everybody just has a really good head on their shoulders, knows what it takes to win, knows how they need to execute certain things. So
I want to pay you a little compliment because you've played at a high level in your high school softball career, but you were across town at the rival, sat out last year by your own choosing, and now you're playing again. So what was that process like? Not necessarily in terms of deciding to transfer, but just to get yourself back going in softball in the high school season.
I was really excited to go out and play. It was really, so I sat out my junior year and I was a manager. So obviously sitting there and watching is a lot different than actually playing. So I was really eager. Same with, I have a teammate, Marissa West and Paige Schaefer. They also transferred. And so I think all of us are really excited to get back and play at the level that we're used to playing. We're all really excited. We're having a lot of fun this year. And it's only 3 games in.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I know you got some action coming up this weekend, but real quick, what's it like to play for Coach Cox and Coach Partlow there?
I like it. It's a fun change of pace. I've always, I played for Haley Gray for a really long time. So it's kind of fun, I guess, to maybe just see different coaching techniques, certain stuff like that. I've never had male coaches for softball, so they definitely bring something different, especially because I know Ben Partlow, the assistant coach, he has a lot of baseball like knowledge. So it's kind of fun to see how it all translates and stuff. But I think I've definitely improved a lot just since my sophomore year, since I played last.
All right. Lastly, how do you keep things going in the right direction, you think, especially here in the next couple of weeks, Natalie?
So for me personally, I just need to make sure I keep bringing it to practice and make sure that I'm practicing just as hard as I'm playing. Make sure I keep focusing on hitting the ball where it's pitched. Obviously, that's a big one, but also not putting so much emphasis and so much focus on having 1,000 average. I know like it's really unrealistic to say I'll have 1,000 average forever. So just to make sure I'm not too hard on myself when, maybe I have a slip up here or there.
Natalie, thanks so much for your time and congrats on being our athlete of the week.
Thank you.
We continue talking about our athlete of the week, and this time on the boys' side, and our athlete of the week honors, as always, presented by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming here at Wyopreps.com. This week's athlete of the week on the boys' side is Kelten Crow from the Sheridan Bronx boys soccer program. Off to a 2-0 start, Kelten, and congrats on a good start, a big game-winning goal like that last week.
I think it was good. I think our team got our confidence up. Really, I mean, like a team like that, team like Warland, we don't ever really get to see, and an 80 game win streak is crazy, honestly.
Yeah, and I know that was the last time they had been beaten was by a 4A team, and so it took another 4A team, and you guys were ranked. Describe that match. How much of a benefit do you think that is to start with such a difficult opponent like Warland is, regardless of their class? They're really good.
Yeah, I think like their field being smaller is definitely has like an advantage towards them. Their defense is like super solid. It's hard to even get past them. They have a bunch of athletes, I think, for a 3A school, and I think soccer is their big sport. So I think it was great, like confidence wise, and then being able to play a game for, I mean, fun. We get to see how good our players are, see how good these underclassmen are, which they really did step up, and our leaders did a great job.
For you, describe how the play unfolded to get the game winner with 16 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half.
Well, I wasn't in, so our freshman actually scored that goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so our freshman played that JV game, didn't play the whole game at all, and then they threw him in. He had a really good JV game. Threw him in. Our underclassman midfielder. He sent a beautiful ball to the freshman. The freshman got the ball and played it right into the net, and it was a great ball and an even better goal.
Okay. And so how did you guys make that stand up the last 16 and a half minutes, you think? What did it take to defend that goal?
Well, yeah, after that, I think everyone was happy. I think our defense is so solid that we knew we weren't going to get scored on, and I think just playing the ball, just keep being offensive. I think we were trying to get another one to go in, but I think just an outstanding job by our freshmen and underclassmen really won that game.
We'll talk a little bit about you guys go from that and the high of that, then you got to turn around and play right the next day. What was that like for you guys, on a quick turnaround, knowing that you're going to see that during conference play?
Yeah, I think it was nice to see another team like that. We definitely needed another game under ourselves before we play in 4A school coming up. We got Laramie, and there you have really good athletes as well. So just being able to play more games, I mean, it helps us a lot more.
So what's the focus been with Coach Kinsey here early on with this squad this season and trying to get you guys going in the right direction?
So we changed our formation, and I think we're more dynamic and offensive. We have a couple players hurt right now, which will eventually come together and will be an outstanding team. Kenzie does a great job of bringing the team together. I think we all know what our jobs are this year, and that will help definitely in the future.
You had, well, at least according to the stats I saw, I think you had 2 goals this weekend. What have you been focusing on in your, leading into your senior season of soccer here, Kelten?
Just finishing around the net. I feel like I get around the net, and then something will happen. But I feel like just our teammates passing the ball. Ty Gilbertson had a great pass right across the middle, and it was just a one-touch shot. And then Dane Steele brings the ball down the field. He does does what he does and send a nice ball right down the middle, and I could get a nice shot off of.
Well, it's good to talk to somebody other than Dane Steele from Sheridan High School. But how do you think you guys keep this going in the right direction? I'm giving Dane a little hard time. But how do you think you guys keep this going in the right direction here, Kelten?
Well, definitely Dane is a big factor in our offense. He can do a lot. I mean, he's so dynamic. Like, and then we got Warland that tried to like double team him kinda, and it just opened up more options for other players. So I think, I mean, hey, it's great to have him on our team because it just leaves me wide open.
Nobody, you're trying. I'm going to wreck your reputation that nobody knows about you now. I guess, unfortunately. So,
No.
well, where do you think you guys go from here? You mentioned you guys start conference play this weekend. What do you think the battle is going to be like in this tough 4A East for boys soccer this year?
I think we just need to get better each game, like just coming together. I think we're really dynamic. We got a really good offense, and then our defense does a great job at. Buffalo had 2 goals on us, but they were both from Penn, and then we got our goalie out to get some offense, just because he might be in the net the rest of the season. We'll see, but I think it was good all around weekend for that. But like just getting better as a team, I think that'll help.
All right. Well, Kel, thanks so much for the time. Congrats on being our athlete of the week. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.